Is then what has changed since then? Obviously, we've now hit the second wave. We've a lot more experience under our belts in terms of what COVID-19's impact on the hospital can be. And I think as well the importance of continuing cancer patients on their treatment and maintaining clinical trial activity. So I feel that certainly from my own experience, the response to the second wave has been really to try and keep patients on study, and to try to work ways where we can minimize their visits, but to try to keep them on study during the course of the second wave.
I suppose in the second wave, we really wanted to try and get our trials back up and running. Sites were opened again, to a point. Some reacted, opened faster than others, and it depended on the hospital site. But most reopened. That meant we could do our monitoring visits, and I suppose that's the big difference between us and a commercial group. We don't have centralized risk-based monitoring systems. We have some EDC, electronic data captures, that we use, in some of our trials, but not all of them. And very often we need to see the source documents. We need to have our team going in and looking at the patient files, patient notes, and all of that. And to go in and to be able to do that in a hospital where the public and visitors are not allowed in, where people are in hospital with COVID and their family can't see them, and we're asking for monitors to get in. That was a struggle at the start, of I'd say the second quarter of COVID. But I have to say, some of our cancer units have really worked hard to be cautious and careful, and allowing our monitors to come in. And we have managed to do that. But it takes longer. There's limits around how long you can be there, how much data you can actually get through in a day, how much interaction you can have with the clinical teams, because very often our monitors are looking to get signed documents or a review of documents with the clinician or with the clinical research nurse. There might be questions around and queries, and that it can very often involve a conversation, right? So that's challenging. And I suppose the other thing and I don't know if this has happened in other countries, but ethical reviews are taking longer, as a result of COVID. And I suppose if you think about it, ethics committees, we have 12 recognised ethics committees in Ireland for our IMP trials. And we're obviously, we're doing protocol amendments and we're setting up new trials. So we have to go to these ethics committees. And it's just taken longer. And it's because they're voluntary members of these groups. They would have been used to meeting every kind of quarter in person. And all of a sudden, it's now remote. And there's more demands on them because there's more changes to our protocols as a result of COVID. So we've seen an impact there. Also, the timing of this, with the clinical trials regulation coming, and we're changing how we do things in clinical trials with ethics committees and regulatory authorities. And I'm sorry, Professor Rob Jones, you're not going to be in the same position. I really wish you were still going to be with us in the EU. But it is a challenge, and we know that. And Donna, I see you as an Irish person, but you're over there in the Christie. But those are things that we didn't expect to see, but that's happened. I have to say our regulatory authority have been very good in terms of giving us advice. We've gone to them very often asking for support and advice, and they've been open to that. And I suppose one of the things I didn't say at the start is we did get involved in COVID research as well, research around what's happening to cancer patients with COVID. And actually, we got really, we did a lot of work really quickly in the first wave. And then, we saw a summer with less COVID, and we possibly should have waited for the second wave for some of this research. But I suppose that's the big things for us in the second wave. And we're not getting our numbers back up, at the speed at which we would like. So that obviously is a challenge for us.